You guys a little chilly out there? Thanks, Alicia. Hello, I'm Peri. I'm the executive director. I wish I could see. I know that there's so many wonderful people out there. Welcome to the 10th annual Telling Tales Out of School. We have a lot to celebrate tonight. We're here to celebrate storytelling. And I gotta be honest, the number of stories coming our way has been a little overwhelming this year, I'd say. And last year. So last year, we had more calls to our statewide helpline than ever in our almost 50-year history. Across all of our programs, helpline, advocacy, mentoring, youth organizing, we served, as Alicia said, more than 800 young people. And we are on track to serve even more this year. And we could not have done that without you, so please give yourself a round of applause. We have come a long way, Ruth. Is that right? I can't see Ruth, but wave your hand. Ruth is our founding executive director. She founded SAC with members of the NAACP. Yeah, let's give her a round of applause. We're so grateful to have Ruth here. We are so sad that we lost Andy's wife, or Ruth's husband, of many, many years, who was also a longtime supporter of SAC. Ruth joined with concerned community members and members of the Ann Arbor NAACP to found Student Advocacy Center in 1975. And we are so proud of our history and proud of the vision that those community members dreamed and the way that it continues to evolve and the way we continue to respond to families today, right now. You are the reason that we keep listening and growing and evolving and standing beside families. And your impact is huge, whether that's macro, like last week when we went to Lansing. Some of you out there came with us, and we advocated for more funding for schools, and thanks to folks like Senator Irwin and others, we're seeing some really amazing things in the budget this year for public schools. And hopefully you met some of my youth, our youth from Youth Action, because they haven't asked for you, so if you haven't connected with them, hopefully you'll connect with them before you leave. We're so proud of the $2 million investment that Michigan made last year that we helped advocate for to support youth in foster care, youth experiencing foster care across the state with their education. That was a huge macro win. Thank you for that. And then we thank you for the micro support, right? So maybe that's averting an expulsion or helping get an elementary school student back in school after being out for 6 weeks, or helping a student graduate. And I want to share these words from one of our students. We just, as a staff, were reading stories this week, words right from our students about the impact that SAC had. And this is the one that made me cry, but I'm not going to cry. Okay. I graduated, and I never thought I could. My whole life, I didn't think I could, but you changed that. Nobody in my family ever graduated high school. I'm the very first. I've been through so much, and I did it. I know now that I'm capable of this. I'm smart, I'm good, and I know that I can do anything I want to in my future, and you're the one that helped me see that. Let's give that person a We need your help so that more students can see the potential and so that they can realize their potential. Too many young people, maybe some in your life, continue to struggle so much post-pandemic, right? The number of Washtenaw County young people under the ages of 25 who committed suicide more than doubled between 2019 and 2020. Actually, recently when I asked my staff for examples of young people struggling with their mental health, I became overwhelmed by the number of stories they told me. We are seeing chronic absenteeism across the states increasing, struggles with academics. The expulsion rates in Michigan last year were the worst they've been in 5 years. Look, tonight is our biggest fundraiser of the year, and we hope you'll consider a special gift. Some of you already have given special gifts, but to keep this work going. Because the truth is that the need is skyrocketing, and we are serving more kids than ever. Our hardworking staff is stretched thin. With inflation, everything is costing more, but the money is not following that need. Individual giving across the country is down, and it's been down for us too. Some of our grants have been cut. Last week we just learned of a grant that was cut 40% because they are struggling to raise money. So your gift tonight is needed more than ever. We're going to ask you to get out that program. Maybe Larry can put the lights up just for a second. Get out that program. There's a place where you can scan that QR code and make a donation right now, okay? $5, $30, $100, all of it matters. Because this work, the work that we do together, you, SAC, the student, the caregiver, the school, the community partners, it matters. You are part of that story by being here today, and we hope you choose to continue to be a part of that story. So, you can keep that up for just a minute. No, you can keep it up for just a minute. I want to make sure everyone can fill it out, okay? We're going to take a moment to acknowledge a few special people who have been part of our story at SAC. A lot of you have been part of our story, but we have a few awardees, so if you're an awardee or you're helping give an award, please come on up here. And while they're coming up, I want to tell you about something exciting. We finally have an Instagram page. Some of you have been asking for that for a while. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we're asking you to like it and tag 3 people. There's a swag post giveaway. So tag 3 people and you might get a chance to win some SAC merch. So that's the other thing you can do. Our awardees, all of our awardees coming up. Where's Belinda? Belinda, yeah, you too. Yeah. Where's Sean? There you are. Okay, great. Okay. You can lower the lights now. Thanks, Larry. Okay, our first award. Hold on. Okay, our first award is an Educator Advocate Award, and it's going to be given to John Malbone. Oh, okay, so, so much clapping, it's great. Okay, he is recognized for outstanding service as an educator committed to underserved students, social justice, and education for all. John started teaching middle school math in 1991 and has been a middle school counselor for the past 16 years. He's recently retired from Lincoln Schools. Throughout his career, I know he will say he's happy. I get it. Throughout his career, he's had the opportunity to work with many organizations, and he says that SAC ranks as one of the top, which is so kind. But the truth is that we have been so grateful for the support, for this work he's given to our Check and Connect mentoring program, which we got started in Lincoln a few years ago, and we really needed good partners to help with the referrals. And he made so many referrals and made such a great partner in launching that program. And so let's just give it up for John, please. Ben is going to do our next award.
Thank you, everyone. I did not compose the same type of remarks that Peri did, but I did want to say a few things about Mr. Burrows. I got to meet Mr. Burrows when I was working with JJ, and Mr. Burrows was the teacher that he got after a rough couple of months, or I would say actually the first 8 months that we knew each other. And so when he went into Mr. Burrows' classroom, the first full school year that I knew him, it was a really big change for him, for his grandmother, and then for all of his team members. JJ has a whole lot of people cheering him on from different corners. But Mr. Burrows was his classroom teacher at Holmes Elementary, and we just had a wonderful experience. It was unfortunately during COVID, but Mr. Burrows invited us into the classroom in the virtual setting. I became a regular, and we held team meetings once a week with everyone who was part of JJ's team. That included family, community members sometimes, his advocate, and other people on his team. And Mr. Burrows would bring other teachers from the school, anyone who was relevant, but it was just an amazing experience because we spent a full year talking about the needs of our student, and I've never had a student have more positive things to say about a teacher. So without further ado, I'll let JJ speak for himself.
Mr. B is the best teacher I ever had. Mr. B is nice, he made learning fun, and he did things other teachers had never done for me. He came to my house and we built a snowman. He took me to a lobster.
I'm so excited. Yeah, Belinda, come on over. This is a Community Advocate Award. It will be given to the wonderful Belinda Doolin. Recognized for outstanding service as a community member committed to underserved students, social justice, and education for all. Belinda, if you don't know, is Executive Director of the Dispute Resolution Center. And there's a lot to say about Belinda, who is such an important leader in our community in helping us think about a better way to be, to exist, to move through conflict as a community. She has been a trainer for SAC. She's taught me a lot. She's facilitated circles in our staff when we've had some internal conflicts. And she supports children in ways that goes above and beyond. Here's what one of our advocates, Angelina, had to say. Sorry, Belinda, you just have to listen. Deal with it. Angie says, Belinda is such an asset in the foster care cases that I support. She's so detail-oriented and has such great empathy for these kids. Particularly impactful is the way, I just lost my train of thought, sorry, is the way that she encourages everyone else, there we go, to have that same empathy too. I think sometimes these topics can be hard, and it can kind of become routine for some folks, and she always makes sure that the child's needs and feelings are centered. More specifically though, Angie wanted to share this story regarding a previous student, Serenity, who you maybe heard perform last Telling Tales. Belinda's really gone above and beyond for her. When SAC closed Serenity's case because she graduated, Serenity still asked Angie to become a support person for her, and so she's still involved. And we had an issue with getting her to surgeries and medical appointments and to and from college. Belinda has been brought in to help facilitate discussions with DHHS surrounding that, because it just wasn't happening the way it was supposed to. Belinda reached out to DHHS herself to try and figure things out. Serenity was at risk of missing college finals without a ride back. Last minute, DHHS could not transport her. Belinda found someone to take her back to school herself, and Serenity was able to take the exams and pass her college classes because of her. So thank you so much. Just one little example of the ways that Belinda is so impactful in our community. Okay, good. One more round of applause. Thank you. Dr. Bell, I think you're up.